Okay, welcome back to DJing with Ableton Live. I'm going to start with my usual disclaimer. I'm not a DJ, okay? I'm a music producer. Know the difference between used, and it really annoys me. Sorry. So basically, if you don't know, a DJ plays other people's songs and a producer makes their own songs. Lots of producers are DJs and lots of DJs are producers. Some of them do one really well and the other not so good. I have to admit, I'm no superstar expert DJ, but the point behind this is just to show you how we can use our version of Ableton Live, and if you've got an Ableton Push, we can use it to turn it into a DJ controller. It would also work with any kind of other MIDI controller if you've got a launch pad or something like that. The principles are basically the same. You just have to tweak it depending on what controller you've got. If you want a normal DJ controller, just go and buy a DJ controller and Tractor or something like that. But if you've got Push and Ableton and you want to do a bit of DJing, then this is a great way of doing it. Right, on the last one, we mapped our EQ. We mapped kill switches on the EQ and used the EQ as what is called an insert effect, which is actually put on the individual track. So another way we can use an effect is to use it as a send. So if you look at each track, okay, at the moment I've got it set up, we've got, I think the default setting on Ableton is it has two sends. We've got A and B, so that's what these are all about. And the A and B send tracks are over here. Okay, so we've got send and return tracks. So just give you, I've got basically the ones we're going to be using are a reverb and a ping pong delay. So if I just turn up the reverb, you'll hear it. Okay, now giving some reverb, and you can see we've got some levels coming up in here. If I send some delay, okay, we can send some of the signal over to the delay. So the way send and return effects kind of work are obviously different to an insert effect. So what happens with an insert effect is the original track plays, it goes through this effect, and then the whole, so that's your dry signal, okay, the original track. It goes through the effect, and then it turns it into what's called a wet signal, which is the signal affected by this effect, and then that goes straight out to the master. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. What we do with a send effect is we still have the dry signal or the affected signal going through whatever effects we've got down here, okay, going through to the master, but we're also sending kind of another version of it over to our sends, and then that is kind of blended together with that, and that comes out of the master. So just go through that again. Okay, we'll be playing this track. It would go through whatever effect chain we've got down here, and that's going to go to the master. If we turn these up, it's going to send some of the dry signal as well to either of our sends that we've sent it to, and will then also be sent to the master, and then everything's summed up together there at the master channel. So I would use the same effects that I'm using for now. Obviously, you can experiment with different ones, but very, very common send effects are reverb and delay. So I'm just using the Ableton Live stock ones. So I've got reverb there, and then I'm actually using the ping pong delay, which is my favorite one. I like the ping pong delay. It's cool. I'm not going to go into great detail about what all this does. Just experiment with it. On my electronic music production course, I'm going to go through the effects in more detail. For now, you can pretty much just leave it on whatever the default setting is, or stick some presets in there or whatever. I will change the settings slightly on the ping pong. I will talk a little bit more about that. The important thing to remember on send effects is your dry wet signal needs to be 100%, because we need of the unaffected signal. Okay, from all we want is the wet signal. Okay, the affected signal. So all we're hearing, if I just play this one again and I send all that to reverb. Okay, if I solo just the reverb, okay, all we're hearing is the reverb, the affected wet signal. Okay, we're not getting any of that original one in there. Okay, so that's just an important thing to remember. Your wet dry always needs to be 100%, same on the delay. And that goes for music or DJing with music. Send effects always need to be on 100%. Just on the ping pong delay. Oh, sorry, that was a big P. I've not got my my pop shield on, so sorry for ping ponging too much in your ears. Just to go. This is kind of like a bit of a filter thing. You can change taste. Generally, I will leave it on sync. You can set it on time and work out your milliseconds, but it's too much work, so leave it on sync. And these basically relate to sort of numbers of 16th notes. So that's 1/16th note, so that would give you a delay every 16th note. That would be every 2 16th notes, so in other words, an 8th note. I like it on 3. It gives you a nice, what's called a dotted 8th note feel, kind of every 3rd 16th note, every 4th 16th note, and so on. So again, it's down to personal taste. Just do it on, what you like. The feedback is how long the repeats will go for. So if you had that on 100%, which in fact I don't think you can, no, it doesn't go to 100. I think on the simple delay you can put it to 100. And what will happen is that will just keep going and going forever and ever if it's on 100%. So you don't want this too high. I find around about 55, 60 works pretty good for the settings on that, and I have it on 3. But again, it's down to your personal preference, whichever way you want to use it. So we're going to actually also map buttons to these, which you're thinking is probably a bit weird because it's actually a dial here. Generally, what we would want to do with these effects is we wouldn't want to gradually build the effect up going like that. Okay, we want it to be instantly on and off. Okay, so we're just going to send it through, and I'll play you a little bit and you can see why. Again, the buttons I tend to find work better than the encoders on push for various reasons. So it's going to kind of instantly turn it up to full, and then we can instantly turn it off again. So, and because we're only obviously going to be playing one deck at a time, we don't need to map these separately. We're going to map these both together, so they will both send A on track A and send A on track B will both go up and turn on at the same time, which doesn't matter, like I say, because you're not going to be playing 2 tracks at the same time. So it saves a bit of mapping as well. So let's go into MIDI map mode. And we'll do that one first. And which button shall we do? So let's do A on that one. So the first one below the EQ switch we did there. We'll do so we're going to do the same thing on that one as well. Okay, so we're going to map that to the same button, so you can see they're the same. And then the next button along we'll do for send B, which is going to be that one and that one. So you can see now when I press those and hold it down, okay, it's going to instantly, that's on B and that's A. So it will send that signal to A or B effects as long as I hold my finger down on the button. Then when I let go, it instantly jumps back. So to give you, I've done it again, lol. I've always hit my flipping camera every time. Come back. Sorry. I'm not going to edit this out because I can't be bothered. There we go. Right, I'll try and perform. I'll try and perform this without hitting the camera because I'm a bit of a numpty. Right. So let me just give you a quick example. So we can send it off the reverb. Bit of delay. Because you've got that feedback going, it kind of it's a really nice little kind of run on of the delay after. Drop some of the EQ out. Sorry, that was reverb, wrong button. Okay, and then you can bring it back in and experiment like that. And then that will work on both decks, obviously. So if we play a track on deck B, that's what I'll do. I'll have a go at doing transition. This is going to be crap, I think, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, shocking, I know. But you can see, how you can kind of drop the EQ out on this one, whiz over with your crossfader, go a bit crazy on your delay. And do all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, you can see, I'm not a DJ. I know, all right. Don't hate me in the comments. I'm going to get loads of comments now. Oh, that transition was terrible. Well, I don't care because I'm not a DJ, so just deal with it. Right. I was going to do so one other thing, which is very cool, which I like on the ping pong delay. The F button down here, the freeze button, which is great actually for transitions, because that will freeze and hold the delay. Okay, so let me just show you. Crossfader. I'm not going to use that track. Use mine just so I don't get enough copyright. Okay, so if I send it to the delay, freeze, then let go, that delay is going to keep going. So what I could then do is kind of sort of drop the EQs out on that track. So we've got nothing on that track now playing. Bring another new track in. Okay, so it's going across with the crossfader. Now what you can gradually do then is just turn your ping pong down, which at the moment I'm just doing with my mouse. Okay, which is quite a nice way of doing it. You know, it's just another idea for doing a transition. Don't forget to turn your F off before you go. F off, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, don't forget to F off before you go back to putting your delay on again. Sorry, getting offensive now. Sorry to anybody listening who took offence to that. Again, whatever. Yeah. Okay, right. Let me just. Right, it's all gone a bit Pete Tong now, and not Pete Tong in a good way. Right, I've lost it now, so I think that's about all I was going to do on this. So there we go. That's insert effects and send and return effects. Obviously within Ableton there's loads of different effects you can have a play about with. The filters are great, and beat repeat and all of those are pretty cool for doing this kind of stuff. We could also actually, no, I'm going to do that in the next video. I'm going to do it on video 5. I'm just going to show you a little bit of automation, I think, for a filter. So I'm going to do that in the next video because this one's getting a bit long otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for this one. I will see you in part 5 where I'll do a quick video on automating a filter. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've got something out of it. You know, it's about DJing, but the principles are the same for music production as well. So please like, subscribe, share it around. Comments, as usual, put them in the comments below. But please don't have a moan about my transition I just did. Yes, I know it was rubbish. And yeah, constructive comments, please. Not just, oh, that was crap for no reason. Okay, right. If it was crap, you don't like it. And I say this before, and I say this on most videos. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, it's that simple. Right, thank you. If you're feeling generous as well, there's a PayPal donation link on my header, and I'll also put that in the description. But right, I'm rambling on as usual. Thanks for watching. I will see you in part 5. Cheers.